Hello, everybody. Welcome to Severe Exposure. It's Monday. It's noon. Time to get into it. I'm your host, Nathaniel Mars, and I've listened to a lot of music in my life, but I've never listened to this, or these, or anything that's in this series, so far at least. What do we got today? Well, this guy right here. What can we say? He is the singer and frontman for the band Sigur Rós, a band that writes and performs songs in a language they invented so nobody can sing along. And if you go to his Wikipedia page, the picture is of him bowing a guitar. That's right. As if it were a violin with like a bow. Which is, there's a lot with this guy, okay? I mean, he's a particularly precious young man. Well, he's not young. He tries to come off as young. He's 50 years old. He is Jónsi. And this is his debut solo album outside of Sigur Rós and any kind of collaboration. It's a record called Go. And the first thing that I noticed about this CD is like, oh, great. An entire CD of songs that I'm not going to understand. We'll be able to make heads or tails of. But look, I see song titles in English. I mean, there are definitely, to see track 6 is decidedly not. Track 9, same story. The rest of them are in English, so maybe there's a chance that we'll actually understand what the hell this guy's talking about. Because up until now, if you ever listen to a Sigur Rós record, it's a very one syllable at a time kind of a listen. So, what are we looking at here? 40 minutes, 9 tracks. Let's go ahead and start. The first track is Go Do by Jónsi. Oh, wait, I forgot the headphones. Hold on just a second. Okay, headphones on. Shout out to everybody joining us today. Let me know what you know about Sigur Rós. Yep, I hear English words. And a lot of very twee instrumentation. This is why I said, particularly precious. Hello, Mark. Good day to you. Grasshopper, always a pleasure. Was anybody jonesing for this release? I think Jónsi was probably the main one. He did do one. Yeah, I had to choose my words carefully because he did do one not entirely solo record before this one. It's a collaboration with another artist, his partner, I believe. But yeah, it's a good question because I think most Sigur Rós fans probably just want another Sigur Rós record. And I mean, they have some good stuff. The full band. There's that one with the like that winged baby demon or whatever it is on the front. That's not so bad. And that one that has the whole band like running across a highway, like completely. You see all their butts. That was a good record. Maybe they tried to bring streaking back. It didn't really happen. Yes, okay. We've got singing definitely in English. It's very precious. So, so I hear stuff in this track that is not entirely dissimilar to some of the stuff you hear in what's called stomp, clap, hey music. Like the Lumineers and that Monsters and Men band. Wouldn't be surprised to hear Marcus Mumford pop up on this record. Good day, Groove Seeker. Thank you for joining us on the show today. You know anything about these guys? Or this guy, or the band that he is a part of? Have you ever been to a Sigur Rós concert and seen people try to sing along? Let me know in the chat. There was a buzz about them for a minute. Sold quite a few to the kids who are also into Radiohead and Bjork. Okay, yeah, I could see how that crowd would be into this. Bjork, I think, beat him to the punch, though, as far as, like, Icelandic artists singing in English. All right. Anyway, we're on to track 2 here. This is Animal Arithmetic. Fun fact, buffaloes are not good at math. Come on, man, you're right on time. Cleaning the cobwebs off. That's what we're doing here. I'm cleaning the cobwebs off some of these forgotten compact discs, and we're giving them their day in court. I don't judge people, but I'm happy to judge thrift stores that I paid literal pennies for. saw him open for Godspeed You Black Emperor. That would be a good show. It's really like a who's who of post-rock showcase. You know, for a solo record, it really does sound like he crammed about 17 musicians into the studio for this one. Shout out to the producer, whoever it is. Jónsi served him a lot on that plate. There's a lot going on. Anyway, okay, here we are. Track 3, Tornado. Let's see if this tornado blows. Someone's got a clutch on this guy because those are some high notes he's hitting. This song, okay, I assume this is about the last song. Sounds like a less jittery Animal Collective. Animal Collective, man, that is a band that has covered a wide swath of musical styles. For sure, you know, everybody ran out and bought Merriweather Post Pavilion. But then you say, hey, here you go. You hand them a copy of Here Comes the Indian, and it's like, oh, it's the same band. I sold a pedal steel to a guy who moved to Texas who claimed to be an ex-member of Godspeed. I think he was in graduate school. I don't know. Did he buy a violin bow at the same time? It could have been in Jónsi's band. We're going to bow the pedal steel. Is this Corey Feldman? Okay, looking at the cover, I can understand the confusion. If you were to have Corey Feldman, well, I mean, Corey Feldman wears those kinds of clothes just on the daily, I think. You asked him to turn his head to the side, it's like, oh, sorry, thought you were Jónsi for a second. I saw Godspeed in Athens, maybe 2003. I saw Godspeed You Black Emperor sometime in the 2000s or 2010s. It was. I was really looking forward to it, but I remember so little about it. It made not much of an impression on me. I know I was there. It happens though. It happens sometimes. You're like, oh yeah, that concert. You know, you find like a flyer or something from back in the day. You're like, oh yeah, I went to that show, and boy, it didn't impress upon me at all. Okay. Oh, this tornado is still going. Okay, that's one way to end it. On to the next track, Boy Lilikoi. Has the tornado transported this house to Oz? Lilikoi, just another word for passion fruit.
I want to be a lilikoi boy, lilikoi. You grind, you claws, you howl, you growl.
This is like, this whole record so far is like if a marching band were like, it only had twee influences with no Sousa. Alright, anyway. Okay. Nice guy. Can't remember it at all. Oh, Halo and Dora. Thank you for joining us today. Had you heard this band before you bought this CD? I had heard the band that this guy is the frontman for, but I had not heard this solo offering. And I mean, it was actually how I ended up with the CD. It's kind of a funny story. I bought what I thought I was getting a Sigur Rós CD. But then I opened it up, and this disc was inside. It was mismatched. Here, I'll show you what I thought I was getting. Okay, this is what I thought I was buying. Sigur Rós Innie. I was like, wow, there's a lot of stuff on this. Okay. Brought it home. I always check the disc before you leave the store or the sale or whatever. Life lesson learned. Thought I was getting Sigur Rós. I only got one member. And somewhere there's a Jónsi fan that's missing a disc. So that is the story. But I do have a Sigur Rós record on vinyl. I came real close to getting a second one. But why did I? Oh yeah, I didn't get the second one because it was like $55 or something like that from Vinyl Me Please. And the way that whole thing shook out, I'm glad I didn't give them a penny. Vinyl Me Please, that is. Went to school with them. Me and Ephraim used to play together. No kidding. Ephraim Menick. Then I introduced Ephraim to Dave, and they started Godspeed. Very funny. They hated each other at first. You know, some of these frontmen, Jónsi, Ephraim Menick, among them, they can be a handful. Anyway, Vinyl Dreamscape, thank you for showing up today. We got this new, I guess it's not new at this point, but Jónsi. Go, this is the song Sinking Friendships. When did this record come out? This was released on April 5th, 2010. It's new to me. Is it new to you as well? Let me know. Is there anybody that's heard this record before? I keep saying record. It's whatever. It's recorded. It is a record. I'm just going to roll with it. Right. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this cardboard case is like total bullshit. It's like I had to fold it over like myself to even have it hold a spine. This was just kind of like collapsing. Here we go. This is how it was when I picked it up. It was like all like this, like almost flattened over. You really kind of gotta like bend it back. Whatever. So was it C. Gross? Yep. And so far, I don't think this is a stark departure. It's Sigur Rós has plenty of their twinkly moments, and this just seems to be a collection of those. The album works. Maybe after enough episodes of severe exposure, I'll get the proper terminology down. You gotta understand, after 5 years of secret spins and playing records on the internet before that, it's easy to just fall into saying record over and over again. Sorry, I've just discovered compact discs. You ever heard of these things? They're amazing. The hip-hop world. Making a record means a song. Yes, I know. And also, in Grammy's terminology, they award the record of the year, which is somehow different than song of the year or album of the year. It's its own thing. But I'm not an industry insider, so the nuance is lost on me. Album, record, release, call it whatever you want. Who cares? Except you may want to hold back on calling it vinyl. But if you want to refer to a medium as its substrate, do your own research. If it's accurate, I'm all for it. Don't care. I have this on, polyurethane coated aluminum. Yeah, that spins at 500 RPM. Labels are for groceries. I like the way you think, Grasshopper. What will they think of next? Well, we're going to take a left turn into Icelandic, or maybe this is a song in their invented language of Hopelandic. Like we'll be able to tell the difference anyway. We're Americans. We're not going to know. And Canadians. Yeah, I got no business trying to make heads or tails of what he's trying to say in this song. But it really does kind of force you to focus on other things about the song. Like structure and melody. It's actually one thing that I like about K-pop. Is that you don't understand a single word. So you just focus on the tune and the production and the structure. And you realize, wow, like Korean pop has had it all over whatever the United States has been doing for like probably close to 20 years. Started up. I mean, no one says that you have to do it every day. Or twice a day or 11 times a week or, as you come across mini discs to be able to stream, that'd be a challenge, and I think it would also start to get expensive. I've never gone to an estate sale and there's a stack of mini discs, for 50 cents a piece. Hi Nate, this is making me want to clean my belly button. Warp Dog Record Hound, thank you for tuning into the show. Hygiene is important. I guarantee I have the cleanest belly button in town right now. I woke up, I took a shower. I use plenty of soap. Anyway, hey, if it feels good, do it, right? Keep a stack of Q-tips nearby. This just sounds like a Sigur Rós song. And I think therein lies the difference between Jónsi and the rest of the band. Seriously, he just had maybe studio musicians like play the parts that his bandmates normally would have. It sounded like exactly the same as his normal band. Which I guess is good. It's a good thing. Don't know why it needed to be a solo effort, but that's between the rest of the band and this nymphish imp. Sean's here. Foreign language is in music never bothers me. I heard the vocalist sound or just another instrument. Lots of examples. Some ethnic music from the Middle East is just so beautiful. Yeah, I agree with this statement. Treating it as another instrument, or just or flair from the rest of the tracks. Well said. There's a general consensus. Yeah, I'm not averse to music that's in other languages. I mean, I know I'm not going to understand it. I'm not going to get out of it what the artist necessarily intended. But I'm not like scared of it. Play on. Play the Macarena. Oh, phooey. No, you said it just fine. We all get it. Communication is, most important. We don't always have to use the frilly language to get the point across. Because the frilly words in conversation, like if people don't understand them, you're going to end up with the same result as if they're listening to like a foreign language track. You might be trying, to eloquently articulate a certain point, but it's just verbal noise to someone who's not going to get it. They have to know the words in order to understand the words. It's all an education if you're willing to learn from it. Well, that is why I do these severe exposure streams. The pursuit of knowledge. And also an excuse to just, play some music. I'm not all... There's going to be clunkers, of course. That's part of the territory of musical exploration. You're not going to like everything you hear. That'd be crazy. But I tried to pull the CDs that might have a shot. Like, there will be no Il Divo. Boy, we jumped into the track 7 here. I completely forgot to announce it. We're in Around Us. We're into the ambient part of the jam here. That's right. I mean, if you bought a delay pedal, you might as well use it. This is coming here. Let's see. Comment says Tropicalia Gainsbourg came for the music. Translated lyrics are the icing on the cake. Je t'aime. All right, whatever was around us has, the air has cleared. Up next, we're at Grow Till Tall, the penultimate track. Now, second to last is where a lot of artists kind of hide their, the filler track. It's like, it's not, it's not important enough to be the closer. But let's see, 5:21. Oh, this is the longest track on the CD. Hopefully we break the mold with this one, and this one knocks it out of the park. Let's find out. It was nice. As a matter of fact, it could have gone on for longer. I wouldn't have minded. Because you know what? I'll level with you. I'm not much of a falsetto guy. I don't know if you could tell. Like, I don't even know if I even have a falsetto voice anymore. Too much wolf in me. Anyway, had you ever seen the William Shatner film shot in Esperanza, the universal language? I think that's Esperanto. And Esperanza was the label that Robert Plant released the Honey Drippers on. Was it not? But anyway, no, I've never seen anything in Esperanto or tried to learn it. I understand that there is a Wikipedia variant in Esperanto, but come on now. I think Esperanto is just like a huge failure. Nobody knows it. But it is universal, so you go outside of the universe, other places in the universe. It's called Incubus, not related to that wonderful band. Oh, well, pardon me if I don't speak Esperanto. Autocorrect got me. See, even autocorrect doesn't know Esperanto. When did they develop that language anyway? I don't know the answer to that one. It's gotta be something they were doing in like the 70s. See, it seems like a 70s thing. Let's create a universal language that everyone and no one can understand. I mean, just the whole premise is flawed. What, are you going to have different dialects of Esperanto? I don't think there could ever truly be a universal language. It's just how we as humans are. Never heard of it, and in Toronto we usually hear anything about Shatner. I do remember that record that Bill Shatner did with Ben Folds. And, of course, also Priceline commercials. I have used Priceline. I don't know that I would have if it weren't for the William Shatner beat poet style advertisements that they put out. I know what you mean about a high-pitched voice. I was really into Sigur Rós for a while, but I find them difficult to take now. The voice are too much, in my opinion. I kind of felt that way from the very beginning with Bon Iver. Like, it sounded silly to me. But apparently having a good falsetto is a highly regarded trait among vocal coaches. I don't know, you ever watch any vocal coach reacts videos on YouTube? It's enough to make you want to bang your head against your desk. $1966. All right. Wasn't too far off. Once the hippies took over, there's a horse in the hospital. Here we go. Toronto, Tonto, Esperanto. That probably is written in Esperanto. I don't know. I think Pulp is some D-tier Britpop. There, I said it. I don't think they deserve to be held in the same regard as some of those other bands. But that is a conversation for a different day. Nimoy's record was funnier, highly illogical. I have the Mr. Spock record. And yeah, I don't. It's a hard recommend to make. Damn hippies! All right, can I just leave this up the rest of the stream? All right, we're into the last track. This is Hengilas. And yes, that is how it's pronounced. Because I said so. Mark Boyd says they can put a man on the moon, but they can't teach a woman to drive. Mr. Spock, the misogynist. Well, Mr. Spock traveled to a lot of different places, right? Where no man or Vulcan has gone before. And he's probably seen a lot of different stuff. So for him to make a claim like that, you know, I just I ain't gonna dispute it publicly. That is. I mean, he was a man of science. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. All right, this is Hengilas. We're ending it on a mellow note. Doesn't Shatner cover Strawberry Fields Forever on the 70s record? Yes, he does. Okay, oh, man, I was like, that didn't seem like 4 minutes. Just take a breath before we close the album proper. Let's see. Having made a mess of Earth, they'll move to outer space. Well, there goes the neighborhood. I think Elon Musk might have something to say about this. Golden Throats win. Oh, there we go. There we go. By Jónsi. The CD has ended. We heard the whole thing. A lot of it did sound like a Sigur Rós record with maybe, you know, some were just extra spirited versions of Sigur Rós songs. As a matter of fact, this entire thing could have been him just playing songs that were already released, and I wouldn't know the difference. It all kind of blends together for me. And I guess, you know, that can't be helped. The song titles aren't going to give you anything. Be like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I really love Cygloper. You're like, which one is that? It's like, oh, it's the one where he sings all high. You know, the band they got the guitars and the chimes going on. That's gonna happen sometimes with bands that have one style that they do very well, but that's it. I'm thinking of like Explosions in the Sky. There are plenty of records, lots of great tracks. I don't know the names. They all just flow right into each other. I can't differentiate them. So, props to the band for being able to do that themselves. They got to keep themselves organized somehow. Anyway, acceptable CD length, right? Well, I think this is, this came out in 2010. So we're well into like the modern era. And I would say even the post CD era. When records started getting shorter again. This is 2010. The vinyl revival was in full swing. The label's not going to throw down for a double LP on a solo debut of a band that solo debut for the frontman of a band that is not exactly shattering sales records. Well respected, cult following, I'm sure. But all in all, even though, granted, I'm not a twinkly music aficionado. I'm not a falsetto guy. But I'm going to give this record a not bad. It's very much something that you could put on in the background and forget about and act like you're sophisticated. Or put on, trying to impress other sophisticated people. Without having the investment of getting into the Sigaro's back catalog. I mean, this is a pretty good summary of what he and they do and have done. All right. And it was an interesting listen. Not bad. I see we're in agreement. I'm giving it a not bad. It's not great. It's not the type of thing that I'm going to come back to over and over and over again. But I'm also not just going to completely cast it off. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. And that is today's episode of Severe Exposure. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the record, or at least found it as not bad as I did. And if you didn't care for it, tune back in for the next one, because seriously, you don't know what's going to pop up on this show. The weirdest things show up at the thrift stores. It's every once in a while, I see something. I'll just be in a weird mood. Be like, yeah, let's try it. I've never heard this. Let's see what this random movie soundtrack for a film I've never seen is all about. Could happen. Anyway, be back tomorrow at noon Central. Make sure that you tune in tonight for Social Club, happening at 8:15-ish, followed immediately by Secret Spins. Wow, I got a long day ahead of me, huh? Quite the evening. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be fun spending it with you all if you turn up. So please, won't you? All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Nathaniel Bars for Severe Exposure. Over and out.